Hey everyone, my name is Odd. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a follow-up to the previous one about the Csgo cases. I want to talk about what I decided to invest in, when am I planning to sell it, and some of you actually hit me up in the comment section talking about the danger zone case might turn into the non-prime drop pool at some point. So this is surely something we must address. I know that most of you probably don't have the cash to just hold your investments, and we don't want to get into that place of you just have to sell and lose money or just wait for like whenever that will happen, like maybe a few years. Before we actually start, I do have two announcements to make. The first one would be that we just moved to a brand account on YouTube. The shitty part about this is when you do that process of turning your account from personal one to brand account, you have to say goodbye to all your comments. And those who actually left a comment know how much effort I put into those, so that's kind of weird. But I guess that's better to do it now than later. So that's one thing, and the second thing that is much more important. I know that a lot of you been asking me to open a Discord channel. Now the thing about it is this: throughout the week I don't really have the time to make another video and produce more content. And let's face it, this whole notion of investing in CSGO can be very dynamic at times, right? Like changes can occur the next day. And I really need this way to be able to contact with you and be in touch with you, because yeah, I do have some updates to share with as the time goes by, and I really don't want you to lose money and do something stupid just because the content became irrelevant. So if you are actually interested in having a Discord channel, please let me know in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's just start with the video. So it took me a couple of hours to organize my inventory with all of those storage units I've bought. Now, whenever you try to invest in a low value item, you should always be mindful about the purchase price. If you can get it in a buy order, that's the best thing you can probably do. You don't want to overpay on a low value item, because then you just make yourself more vulnerable. And let me explain. It happened to us with the danger zone case, right? This sudden drop we experienced earlier this week. Now, if you bought the item in a high price than you should have, you just made yourself more vulnerable to loss of profit or maybe even a loss of money. So being patient and trying to buy through buy orders is one hell of a tip that you should always keep in mind whenever you mess around with low value items that has high potential for a return. Because the same way that a small increasement make you a lot of percentage profit, the same is about if the price is just going down. That's like a double-edged sword. So be mindful of that. So now that I know for a fact how much I've bought from each case, here are the numbers. I've bought about 10.8 thousand danger zone cases at a price of 0.13 ILS. 9.7 thousand Spectrum 2 cases at 0.1, and 500 CS20 at 0.1 as well. The CS20 is something I actually bought like in the last 2 days, I think. And yeah, those are the numbers, guys. That's what I decided to buy, and this is the price that I have paid for all of those. About the danger zone cases, it's been a while to get all those cases. It was not easy. It took me like 5 or 4 days just to get all that amount, and it's really going back and forth, you know, just logging into Steam, organizing everything, clicking a ton, and inserting everything into the storage units. And you know, you can't really have 1,000 items in your inventory without canceling the buy orders, so you really have to keep going at it and just be in it. But that's something that I really enjoy doing, and that's what I decided to do. So I think by now the question that arises is quite obvious to everyone: what we should do about our investments, how we should behave with them, and what we should expect from them. And to begin with, I want to talk about the Spectrum 2 case first. Now, the Spectrum 2 case was an obvious option from the get for a long-term investment opportunity. There is just no scenario you could think of that the case will increase in price rapidly the same way the danger zone case did, and this is why I decided to focus more on the danger zone case when I gave you that advice in the first place. I am not going to sell any of those Spectrum 2 cases, and I'm actually thinking that in the next year we're going to see an increasement in the price, which I'm very excited about and looking forward to. So I might actually buy some more of those over time. But yeah, that's simply a long-term investment that probably won't change anytime soon. Moving to the danger zone case, it is important to point out what other people already pointed out in the comment section. The case might go to the non-prime draw pool, and I don't know if it will happen for a fact. It is hard to tell. You can never really know what will happen. But if you cannot handle both investments, and if losing any cash is not something that is acceptable for you, you should probably try to sell them whenever possible, okay? Whenever it fits you. If you're planning to sell it, and if you find it the right thing to do, because you want the cash for another investment opportunities, and trust me, there are just plenty of them, okay? And you already make some money, okay? It's okay to cash out. It's okay to cut your profit. That's not such a bad idea. If you're already planning to sell, be mindful about the price where you list them. If you will look at the weekly graph for the danger zone case, we can see all those strange spikes throughout the day that people just buy thousands of items more than the current market price. So please try to do that. Maybe it will save you from losing profit, or maybe it will make you make more money. So be mindful about the sell price. Just look at the graph yourself, and I'm sure that you will see what I'm talking about. Personally, I might actually sell some of those cases as well and buy more of those Spectrum 2 cases. I've got all those storage units, I have to do something about it, and in case that it will go to the non-prime draw pool, it probably would take a few good years, and that would just be a waste, I guess. It will be much better off to go with the Spectrum 2 case that is supposedly closer to being a rare drop. So that's what I am actually planning to do. If you have any other question, please leave it in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching another video. Thank you all for staying here. It's just really hard for me to do videos throughout the week, and just thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love. Have a wonderful day. Take care.